Welcome back to Grow Joyfully. Today I am going to harvest these potatoes. There may not be many in them at all, but it was worth a try. It was extra seed setting around, and I didn't want to just throw it away. They are purple potatoes. So let's see if there's anything that even grew. Just going to dump it upside down in this wheelbarrow. Oh boy. Doesn't look good. Had too much water or something going on. Oh, and it's not purple potatoes. Here's the shells of the potatoes that I planted, and it was purple potatoes. Maybe I put both in. When you just get kind of wild and start throwing things in, well, nothing is turning out. We're going to eat this little tiny bit. Okay, not every story turns out to be a success. So we've got a little handful here, enough to be able to almost taste and enjoy for dinner. But I will add other things to it to round out the dinner. And we will make lemonade out of lemons. Pretty sad. Like I say, I'm sure there's something I'm not doing right. But I don't do well with container gardens. If I had to just rely on container gardens, I think my family would starve to death. But luckily, I don't have to. Hey, while we're in the disaster garden story frame of mind, let's dump out this other big container of quote-unquote potatoes and see how poorly they did. It's going to be freezing within a week or so. Who knows? So, is there anything in here? It does not look like it. Does this have to be put on this garden success story? Cool. That makes me a little happier. Here's some more little ones. How about another big one? Ooh, look. So excited. Well, now we do have enough for dinner. Maybe even 2 dinners. I'm so excited. This is definitely better than the other container. It's a smaller container, and it didn't have as long to grow, so maybe I just let those other guys go too long, and they just simply disintegrated. I don't have that much time to put into... Ew. That's grody. That's where the one of the main potatoes came from that I put in as seed. I could actually repurpose this potting soil. Get out all the roots and let it dry out in the sun. There's another one. They just kind of give their life for the leaves and to grow more potatoes, and then they just start to rot and disintegrate. Look. That's 3 that size. Since I'm in potato harvesting mode, I came out here to the main garden, and I think I'm going to look and see if there are sweet potatoes. Move you up here so you can see. Okay. Now let's give it a go. Wow. A little tiny one. And a beautiful garnet one. So cool. Put it in the box. We actually sold the first two that we harvested. And I've got to take time this winter to read up on sweet potatoes and their growing habits. We've got a whole nest full here. I pulled it in half. I'm going to have to use my hori-hori knife. Broken off in a couple pieces. They must all be connected down there. Again, I plead ignorance to the growing habits of sweet potatoes. Another piece, what I'm trying to do is not pull the whole thing up so it can keep growing for the week or two we have left. So I've moved these vines aside. Now this is in a raised bed. I've tried it in the ground once or twice before with very little results. I got a few small ones, but this soil is so soft and nice. Looks like it's pretty healthy soil. I don't want to get rid of this main plant here. This main plant, it's a huge plant. I think it's one of the main sweet potatoes I planted. And it's going to take a little more than a hori-hori knife to get this thing out. There we go. Here's a nice big main one who's got a little offshoot. And another skinny one. Man, this plant is just fascinating and amazing. You know, this is better than finding treasure for me. I love sweet potatoes. Up here in this northern climate, you wouldn't think that it would be a success, but I guess if you give them the right soil, they will grow. Here's some more. I'm very happy. Here's some more. Wow. This is what we mean by gardeners having their hands in the soil. Okay, time to get serious. Since we're only about a week away from the frost, I brought out reinforcements. My husband's Stanley shovel and a more petite form of it, so I can dig around the potatoes a little more carefully. But I think I'm going to start with the heavy-duty one because we are so close to a frost and these guys look like they're done. I am actually going to dig up this pile because I've got some now that are broken off and I don't want to just leave them here to rot. I've never experienced anything that was so decidedly rooted in the ground. So move this feller. Let's see what we've unearthed. They're speechless. I've never grown sweet potatoes really successfully. I've only grown them twice. I am so pumped. We are going to use these. We're going to eat them till they're coming out our ears. Here's another piece. That's Lucy. She's got an ongoing battle with a squirrel or 10. But luckily they don't bother my garden. Here's another piece. This is the one nest, I'm going to call it. Look at this. Do I leave things in the ground too long as regards to potatoes? I'm thinking. Loving it. Okay, look at that. Can you see that? That whole nest in there? It's the only thing I can think of to call it. We're going to get this all out. I mean, this may finish off my sweet potatoes for the year, but I never expected to have anything like this. So this is definitely a success story for the sweet potatoes. And just this small area. Look, look, look. Oh my gosh. Wow. Look at them. I've never seen anything like this in my life. I'm glad I brought this size of a box out. Wow. It really loves this area. I have a question for you. Can I grow sweet potatoes again here next year if I amend the soil well? Okay. Do you see this? Okay, you're gonna have to let go. You're gonna have to relinquish. There we go. I am sweet potato rich. Very rich. Do you see what I'm pulling out of this one hole? Well, you know, we have struggled with potatoes all the way around this year. My husband grew quite a large area and got very little. So these are going to have to be our potatoes this year. Of course, we can buy potatoes from the store. But garden-wise, all right, that looks like we mostly have, I think, this nest taken care of. Oh, wow. Well, that was worth getting up for today. I'm just going to cover this one up, see if we can keep that vine alive, and get these guys laying back down just like we weren't even there. Thanks for sharing this super impromptu experience with me today. Didn't expect to film this much. I just was going to do a quick one on the very pathetic potatoes, but the sweet potatoes are definitely a success story. Wow, have a really good day. The sun's coming up and it's beautiful. I'm praying for the victims of Hurricane Helene and possible victims of Hurricane Milton. I don't know what's going on. I know hurricanes happen, but it all seems a little bit questionable. You always have to think hard, dig deeper, and yeah, I'll leave it at that. Have a really, really wonderful day. Get outside in the sunshine if you can. You have a great day, and don't forget to do it joyfully. We'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by.